Hey, wish me some luck. My copper sulfate pentahydrate. My scale. Read 0. Can you see that? Well, it doesn't read 0 now because I'm picking it up. Yeah. 26 grams, 26 is fine. I'm tearing it out, so it's 0 there. So I will need to put in 60 grams, not 80 because I've already put the other 20 in and I didn't shoot it in video and I apologize. So 60 grams for the remaining 300 milliliters of water that I have to put in. Here we go. Okay, 60 grams. That's that right there. That's quite a bit. Scale away. Treat your tools with care. I'm going to add some water right now, and then I will top it up to 700 once I have dissolved the copper sulfate pentahydrate. Okay. And that's just so that I don't add 60 grams into 400 milliliters, which might actually put it at the saturation point. You can see that good. Yoink. And just that'll probably cut off at some point during this stirring process. It's 5 minutes, it's going to be boring, and I'm going to make a lot of clinking noises. But until I do, I can chat with you if I can think of anything to chat about. Actually, yeah, I did want to tell you really quickly something about the solution that I'm making here, and copper sulfate pentahydrate in general. It is considered level 2 toxic, which is moderately toxic, and level 1 caustic, which means it will irritate and burn, and it should not be mixed with water. But what they mean by that is if you're like transporting copper sulfate pentahydrate, make sure that you transfer it in dry storage. Don't have an open container of it out on a rainy day or something to that effect. Level 1 caustic means it will, in fact, through any route, cause irritation, redness, potential swelling, potential burns. And that's mostly because it's acidic. I mean, it's sulfuric acid with copper in it. I've gotten this on myself, not in large quantities, but the fact is, brief exposure on your skin isn't, of a little bit of it's not going to hurt. You should not be like reaching into here with your bare hand though. Inhaling it is really, really awful. That'd be this powder if you like threw it up into the air, so it was in or you were in like some kind of grinding area where it was always in the air. If you've got more than 1 gram per cubic meter of air, which is a very, very tiny amount, then you're okay. At 1 gram, beyond 1 gram, you're not okay. So don't breathe this stuff is what it boils down to. And I do in fact have an N95 mask on. And don't drink this stuff. I mean, it should go without saying, don't eat the powder. Why would you? Other than, I mean, it kind of looks like candy, sugar candy. Don't drink the Kool-Aide colored beautiful fluid. If you drink this container of it, you would start to feel some horrific burning, which would be your internal tissues starting to oxidize. I mean, you're not going to catch fire from inside, but you're going to get burned. You're going to have damage done to your entire digestive tract potentially. You'll start vomiting like a monster, and after you've been vomiting for a while, it'll start coming out the other end. I don't see how you could potentially accidentally ingest this much stuff, but there's a reason why I wouldn't do anything like this until my kids were old enough to understand danger versus it looks tasty. You have another problem because it is completely full of copper ions, which is what we want, but copper is toxic in your body. The amount of copper that would get into your bloodstream would give you acute copper toxicity, which would damage your liver, your kidneys, your heart, and sadly your brain. So yeah, you know, don't drink this stuff. And I guess lastly, the biggest thing for this particular chemical is that it is very toxic to fish in very, very low dosages. So you do not want to be putting copper sulfate pentahydrate into the water stream. Do not do it. Alright, so I guess this is really stirred enough. So let me, first of all, stop that. Because copper sulfate pentahydrate does have water, quite a bit of water in it, locked into chemical bonds that will be released. This is the copper sulfate pentahydrate as it stands now, 700 milliliters at 20 grams per 100 milliliters.